Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a tutorial on this makeup look. I'm going to start with my brows. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I love this pencil. I would compare this pencil to Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil, which in my opinion is the best pencil you can get at like Ulta or Sephora. But this one is a good drugstore alternative. The formula is really good. It doesn't rip your brow hairs out. And it's got a really fine point on it, so it's good at giving those hair-like strokes, which you can see I'm doing really short strokes to mimic little hairs. Sometimes I carve out my brows with my concealer brush, but you know, not today. Today I was in the mood for a quick brow. Like I said, this pencil is the quickest way to fill in my brows for me. Next, I'm going to prime my lids with a little bit of concealer. This is my Kokie Cosmetics concealer. This is only $4 at the drugstore. And then I'm going to take a brownish reddish shade from the Kylie Cosmetics palette. This is the shade Need a Tan. And I'm going to apply that with a flat brush. I'm not going to blend with this brush. I'm just going to pack on the shadow where I want it and just get a precise application with this, and then I'll go in later with a fluffy brush and blend it all out. But for right now, I just want to pack on this shadow. Sometimes matte shadows tend to look a little bit patchy, so I like to really pack it on before I move on to blending. It's okay if you get some of this shadow onto the lid because we're going to put a copper shadow on the lid anyways. Really, this step is just to pack that brown color into the crease so that we can go in and blend it out later. It's also our transition color. Now I'm just taking a fluffier brush and just running it along those edges. No product on the brush at all, just a clean fluffy brush, semi-clean. And I'm just going to run it along those edges to soften it and blend that all out. Next, I'm going to apply a copper shadow to my lid. I'm using a flat synthetic brush, but you could always use your finger. You get a really good color payoff with foil shadows and shiny shadows if you use your finger. And that's just because the oils in your finger make it a little more pigmented and a little more bright. You could also wet your brush and it'll give you the same effect as your finger. Now I'm going to line my eyes with my favorite eyeliner. This is my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. I'm not going to do a wing or anything crazy. I just like to make it a little bit thicker towards the outer corner of my eye and then just taper it in when I get towards my inner corner. You can see I got a little bit of eyeliner on my eyelid. It's fine. Just going to makeup wipe that off and then pack that copper shadow back onto the lid and try it again. My sisters have asked me before, how do you line your eyes when they're open? How do you not close your eyes to do your eyeliner? I just can't. It'll end up the craziest shape if I close my eyes, so I just gotta do it while it's open. Now I'm going to highlight my inner corner with my favorite highlighter. This is my Dose of Colors DesixKaty highlighter in the shade Fuego. I used to feel bad tagging this highlighter because it was a limited edition release and it sold out. But they're actually re-releasing a collection along with another highlighter called Chasing the Sun. I've already seen swatches. I cannot wait to try it. Now I'm going to put on a little mascara. This is my Subversion Lash Primer and my Perversion mascara by Urban Decay. I don't always prime my lashes, especially when I'm doing some fake eyelashes, some falsies, But if I'm just doing mascara, no false lashes, then I definitely take the time to use this primer. It goes really well with the mascara, but this mascara is also bomb by itself. It's super black and it's a nice creamy formula. It's not dry, it doesn't flake on you. Next, I'm going to put on some foundation. This is my Makeup Forever HD foundation. I mixed 2 shades right now because I'm in between. HD foundation just means that there's no sunscreen in it. So if you've ever taken a picture and your face looks super white compared to your body, it's the sunscreen in your foundation flashing back in the photo. So if you don't want that, make sure you get HD. That's all that means, is just no sunscreen. For a daily basis, no photographs, sunscreen is definitely a must. I try to include sunscreen in everything I use. But if I'm having my picture taken, HD. Now I'm going to put on some concealer. I have a yellow shade and a peach shade that I like to mix together. The combination is really brightening. So I'm just going to apply that underneath my eyes and down the bridge of my nose, a little on my forehead, the Cupid's bow, and the chin. And I'm going to blend that in using my beauty blender. So this is a really good drugstore concealer. It's only $4. It sets a little bit quickly, so you've got to blend it in before it dries, but as far as a drugstore concealer, it's pretty good. My favorite is the L'Oreal Infallible line, or probably the Maybelline Fit Me concealer is also pretty good. Next, I'm going to bake a little bit. I'm going to take my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder and my damp beauty sponge, and I'm just going to dab that under my eyes and down the center of my forehead and my nose. I'm going to let that bake a little bit before I brush it away and then jump back into my eyes. I'm just smoking out the lower lash line with a small pencil brush and the same shade that we used in the crease, that tannish, brownish, reddish shade from the Kylie palette. I always take the time to do this step, even if it's just a little bronzer on the lower lash line. It just brings some balance to the bottom half of your eye, and it makes your eyes appear larger. Next, I'm going to contour and bronze with my Park Avenue Princess palette by Tarte Cosmetics. I love this palette. I'm using a medium-sized fluffy brush to do this. Sometimes I use an angled contour brush if I want to look super contoured, but I'm going for more of a softer look today. Make sure you hit the jawline and the neck. You want your neck to match your body and your face. It is not cute if you've got a white neck and a white hairline. Make sure you get the hairline and forehead as well. Now I'm taking some contour powder on a small fluffy brush, and I'm just going to lightly contour the sides of my nose. It's a little crooked, so I'm just going to try to make it look a little straighter. And then I'm going to also contour around my lips. I'm just running that fluffy brush all around the outside, especially underneath. And that's just to create the look of a shadow, to make it look like your lips are sticking out farther than they are. Now I'm going to take my beauty blender and highlight under the cheekbones before I dust off the rest of that setting powder that I used to bake my face earlier. I'm going to use my e.l.f. blush brush. This is my favorite, one of my favorite brushes that e.l.f. makes, or from the drugstore period. And then I'm also going to highlight the skin with that same highlight I used on my inner corner and my brow bone my DesixKaty Dose of Colors highlight. I love highlighting. The powders that we put on our skin tend to make us look a little matte and lifeless, so I love to put some glow back into my skin with a little highlighter. I'm going to also apply some to the Cupid's bow, the bridge of the nose, and the tip of my nose. Moving on to blush, I'm using my Pixi blush I got in my Ipsy bag last month. It's in the shade Beach Rose. And then I'm going to apply some lipstick. This is for sure my favorite drugstore liquid lipstick. This is my Maybelline Superstay Matte Lip Ink. They have like a nude range and a more bold color range, and they're only $9 a piece, and it does not come off, you guys. It fights me even with makeup wipes. So for a drugstore liquid lipstick, this is super bomb. Next, I'm going to set everything with my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Make sure all those powders melt into the skin and make sure it all stays on. Then I'm going to put on my hoops. I just feel sassy with my hoops on. And that's the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.